Okay, welcome back to another anime and crypto installment. First time I ever said that, um, so I might start doing that. Financial disclaimer: I'm not a professional, not by a long shot. So be wary of that. I should have a disclaimer in the section below. So this is just a journal, and I'm watching my guy here, Cryptos RS. And let me tell you what I like about him before I get into my stuff. Real simple. He gives his information, nothing flashy, no crazy music, nothing out of the ordinary. The language is good, understandable. He just basically keeps it real. He's just like a regular guy. Story's nice and humble. Pretty cool. Nice amount of followers. Puts up videos often on his channel, and he saves a nice chunk for Q&A. So I'm trying to use people like this in a sense as like just drawing off their good traits, so to speak. I have a whole list of people on here, so that I like. Sometimes it's like a love hate relationship. It goes, I'll like either uh, unsubscribe or subscribe again or whatever. So anyway, we have the Bitcoin halving for 2028. This is the main focus of my whole channel, basically, while we watch anime. So 1,278 days and 16 hours, 59 minutes, and so on and so forth, all the way down to the micro seconds, if there's such a thing. Well, of course, there is. But here we are. Bitcoin is actually doing pretty good. 2 days in a row so far. Whoa. Usually something comes out by now that kind of shakes the room as far as this goes. So, um, 67 seems to be the norm for the day. This might just be the daily norm. Yesterday, it was flirting around nicely with 6. Well, 65, 66 strong. And today, it seems to be that. So that's a nice trend. But it's still early. It's just 2:29 in the AM, so who knows? Sometimes it can cringe back when the markets start to open up, or it could not. So I did kind of fortify my savings position because I was watching my guy. He was drilling and Anthony Papiano. And he was basically saying like, if your dollar is sitting there, it's just basically deteriorating. And like we already know that. But the way he was speaking about it and talking about it is just like, man, I really need to get that off, a section of that of my savings out of there. And I do, but like my immediate savings. So I had to break it down to the old Dave Ramsey, keep $1,000 for emergency. Probably gotta put a little bit more in than 1,000. And you have your bills and stuff, your buffers there. So I did that and I put the excess money into what I had left over in that account, and I put it into on Aerodrome in a Bitcoin pool. So custody based uh Coinbase Bitcoin wrapped and some other wrapped Bitcoin. So it's a good pair, Bitcoin and Bitcoin. Can't beat that with a 7% APR. That'll probably hold strong, I'm sure, especially if the bull run. I just think that it'll probably hold strong. If not, I can move it to another relevant one, which is good. But that money will stay in stable coins or Bitcoin. No Ethereum or anything like that outside of that. It's just Bitcoin stable or like USDT or USDC or something like that. And then grow it like that. That beats it sitting in bank account this disintegrating. and I need to just keep it. So here's the funny thing: I need to keep it at that level. And when I say at that level, I mean well, for that strategy, I need to be true to that. And that means don't take it out and put it in the meme coin. I got stuff for that. So just keep that in perspective. So like I said, Bitcoin's doing pretty good. It's still early in the game. Trump had his. Oh, speaking of which, I was just about to talk about it. Pops right up. So his World Liberty, he launched it yesterday, and it's got the token sales and all that jazz. So he's there with that. Got that kicking it off. I was in a space for the sun. Spaces on X are pretty, you know, sometimes when they open them up, anybody can listen. So I was in there eavesdropping or just listening, taking it in. What they were saying, it makes sense. They were talking about, the economy and how, our debt's out of control and, these certain things. So it was an interesting listen. I think I stayed in there for about 20 minutes and then I dipped out. But so they got that going on. So JP Morgan's bullish on crypto in 2025 into 2025. So I like getting my news. I got my people over here. I mean on YouTube, but I like looking for my news because I do invest in stocks and stuff like that. Um and man, it's just like crypto nowadays, since Wall Street has their hands in the pot strong, it moves with Wall Street. I mean, like it moves with the news. So it's a risk asset, and that's just how it is right now. And it does. It just moves. So I always make sure I look at the news. Now you got J.P. Morgan's bullish, and the block is good if I'm on mainstream news that's political or or business in nature. The block's got the stuff. So J.P. Morgan's bullish, and that's good because Jamie Dimon was big Bitcoin hater, big Bitcoin hater, while they accumulated some IBIT shares in the background. So, but for them to come out and say, "Hey, you know what? JP Morgan's bullish on crypto into 2025, considering a Trump win and other factors." I like how they added other factors, but for them to even step on the podium and to even mention something like that, even though they diluted a little bit with other factors and that jazz, it's cool. It's cool. It's a good read. So maybe on break at work, I might dip into it. Just read the headlines so far. So here we go. Some people getting. I was just listening to this off Cryptos RS. So Tesla moves its remaining estimated 700 million Bitcoin stockpile to multiple addresses. So okay, he does that. Whatever he does, he has whatever reason. Not usually the most straightforward reason, but let's say I'm invested in Tesla, but maybe he's positioning to take profit at some point. You know, who knows? He has his reasons, or maybe he's going to swap it for some Doge. I don't know. So that's he. So like people can say he's going to sell it. I mean, that seems the most likely. If you're moving like tons of Bitcoin, 770 million worth to new addresses and stuff. But you maybe you're positioning it to sell, or maybe you're positioning it to do something else. So no one really knows. So you got that going on, and then we just got the Meta Planet buying up. I think they were buying up some more Bitcoin. Puts options for additional revenue. Okay, what's to execute a roll up transaction of its Bitcoin? Put options. All right, they got that going on. Additional Bitcoin worth. They bought some more Bitcoin. 106 worth. Okay. You're going over here 6.7 million. So they're stacking still. And they're stacking, taking out that loan. It's stacking. And the price just creeps along. Sometimes it gets smacked down and then rebounds back nicely. Okay, so we got that going on. And so that's like all this is good news, so to speak, except for the Tesla thing. That's like a question mark. What else? So we've seen that now Trump's odds of winning, so that pushes the price to Trump's odds of winning now only 16% over Harris on Polymarket. And that's what people wanted to hear. I mean, in reference to crypto, that's just super bullish because I give it to T Bone. He like when it comes to my biggest thing is the deficit. I don't care black, white, who you are, where you come from. We owe so much money, and no one except for this man so far is really has like some type of an outline of how to do it. And that's I'm not saying that Harris won't, but she has not said anything yet. And that kind of like bothers me because I think in my personal belief system that your debts should be like, one of the first and foremost things that you should be wiping out before showing that you're any type of leader in this world. You need to try to clean up your backyard. So our backyard is dirty, and that's the only real thing I could say. I'm not a political dude. Oh, excuse me. But those are the facts. You know, you want to keep owing money and it keeps growing at a crazy rate. You know what I mean? We already got enough issues as it is. We don't need that nonsense. Anyway, so moving right along. Let's just get away from that. So that's it right there. I said I was going to put some some podcast videos up. I'll try to get it on daily, and then I'll start sharing them. If not, on the daily just yet. Once I get to that point, I will. So let me not talk down. Let me just talk forward. When, which will be soon, that I start putting them up on a daily basis, then I'll start sharing them on different platforms, exploring, sharing. I say as a tool, if that, then this. Now they charge, so I have to find something else to help me out while I'm working. All right, so that is in the record books, and we got a good start on the day. 2:39. About to go take a couple hours nap before work. 10:16. 2:24.